Hashtag get to Febag pod morning recap without
Shine.
Vincianotheprince.
Wake up and get to the bag, god damn it. Lord woke us up, we might as well get to this bag. Now, very, very tragic news yesterday. Sadly, one person was unalived and more than 20 people were wounded, and a lot more people are in very serious conditions out of those 20 people by 3 alleged gunmen. We don't know if there are more. 3 are detained right now. And, it's so unfortunate, that you have these things happening at something like a parade after the Super Bowl in Kansas City, Missouri. Like, what? A local DJ who was unalived, sadly. I believe her name is Lisa Lopez Galvin, local popular DJ. She was the one person that, life was taken. And it's just a very sad sight to see things like this happen, these random acts of violence. Definitely have to find out what was the motive, because it's sad that, when it comes election year, we get to seeing these stories get to popping up. And here we are. It's a travesty. It's really unfortunate. So they're saying this was the 48th mass shooting in the United States this year, and there was about 1 million people at the parade, and they were going there to celebrate the repeat performance, and yeah, man, even there were children that were hurt, and it was a whole thing. It was crazy. It's really crazy. We really gotta make it like a very, 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 very public example of these dudes. That's what it is. We might have to get back to the public examples, because this is getting out of hand, like, for real. Now, in other news, you might have heard of national security threat yesterday, and I believe this Republican representative from Ohio, he basically, Mr. Turner, he said that I am requesting that President Biden declassify all information regarding to this threat so that Congress and the administration and our allies can openly discuss the actions necessary to respond to this threat. Now, it was pretty vague. After doing some research, what he was talking about is a potential Russian program where they would put nuclear weapons in outer space, which the weapon would act as a sort of EMP, which would basically dissemble communications between civilians, military bases, and basically scramble a lot of electronics and stuff like that. Now, if they were to do this would actually violate, I believe, the Outer Space Treaty of 1967. Let's see, I might have an image on that. Yep. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967, which bans orbital nuclear weapons. But since Russia does not appear close to deploying the weapon, they said it's not considered as an urgent threat. So they're not considering deploying it. They're hearing information. Well, not now, or in the future, right? But they're saying they can, and they probably will eventually. So they want to counter that, like, if they do want to take it to the next level and actually deploy this weapon. Now, is this something that's more of trying to be a preemptive situation? Possibly. Is this just something to kind of heighten the tension between America and Russia? Possibly. But Mr. Turner, Michael Turner, he's pretty strong in his feelings on where he feels that this potentially could be something they have to look at. So this is a developing story. We'll see what happens. Now, I have to continue my coverage on Fani Willis and her situation. So today is the day. Between today and tomorrow, the judge will be asking about several questions in regards to Fani Willis and her situation with Nathan Wade. Now, he'll be weighing heavily on whether their relationship garnered financial benefit, and if there were conflicts to the case, right? Now, there are some people that feel like, well, she can just be removed. This has nothing to do with the actual case, whether they were in misconduct or not. But actually, it does. This can actually potentially have her whole office removed from the case, because Michael Roman, the whole point of him bringing this up is he wants to dismiss the case. Okay, so let's go over what this case is even about, because I feel like we've been focused on her so much, we don't even know what the RICO's about. Now, the first female district attorney in Fulton County, Miss Willis, charged Trump with 18 co-defendants last year with conspiring to overturn the former president's loss to Joe Biden in the 2020 election in the state of Georgia. Mr. Trump himself faces 13 felony charges with alleged allegations of pressuring Georgia officials and a scheme to use bogus electors officials to fraudulently certify victory for him. Now, we already know this case pretty much was a reach, but this is what they're going with, all right? But the high-profile racketeering case has become entangled in claims of wrongdoing, again, with Fani Willis. Now, earlier this year, Michael Roman filed a motion to dismiss charges and remove her from the case. And then that's when they talk about the improper relationship. Basically, Michael Roman saying she's getting kickbacks with her relationship with Nathan Wade. Now, these claims, when you think about it, when you put a big case like a RICO together, there's going to be more funding. And that's where you get the special prosecutor who comes in and Nathan Wade. Now, people are going to argue his credentials. Was he even really supposed to get this job, or did he get this job because they had a relationship? And since they have a relationship and he took the trips, is that the kickback? Now, but she's saying, of course, that they went half on everything. They went Dutch on everything. Okay, sure. Now, Judge McAfee, he said it's possible that she could be removed from the case. Now, we know they took 2 luxury holidays, and in the filings, they admitted that they had a personal relationship. Now, one of the main issues that they're having now is they're saying in 2022, like right after the divorce, they get the job, now they're in a relationship. But the issue is they're finding out the relationship was actually before that, as far back as 2019. So now, once they've established there has been lying, what's to say they're telling the truth about anything? You know, so that's the conflict right there. On top of, there's more charges now or subpoenas because there's whistleblowers, at least 7 willing to come out against Fani Willis. Probably people she fired that was in her administration. In other news, Nikki Haley, Nikki trails Trump by 36 points in South Carolina. This is her home state, y'all. Nearly 2/3 of likely voters, 65%. Okay, 65%. She only got 29% in her home state. 2/3. That's like at home, not at home. Not the home game. The home game gotta be a lot closer than that. Like, you get 90% of the caucuses in Iowa, 43% New Hampshire. And you get a low percentage at home. It's like, what are we fighting here for? She feels like with every loss she's gaining ground. Like, yeah, sure. Losing ground. That's what this is. She's about to get cooked in her home state, and at this point, we should just put it to bed. We should stop this farce. We should stop it. Money is being burnt. Wasted at this point. Like, only 49% of registered voters, including Republicans and Democrats, said they had a favorable opinion of her. That's down from 59% in the last poll in November. So since November, it didn't get better. It got worse. It got worse. And I think she's at 56% favorability, and it went down from 71. So it's not getting better. It's getting worse. Let's save whatever political career she has left and end it. Just end it. Okay? Because it's getting outlandish at this point. Y'all get to that bag, goddammit.